Imagine this. The wind is just howling, rain pounding down, and then everything goes silent. The power's out.
Yeah.
Now, for a few hours, okay, maybe it's just annoying. But if you live in a hurricane zone, that's silence. Well, it can last for days, right?
Absolutely. Days. And that means days without AC in that awful sticky heat.
Yeah.
Food going bad in the fridge.
And for some folks, medical devices that need power just stop working. It's serious stuff. No lights, no internet for updates. It raises the question, doesn't it? What's the real cost of not being prepared? Is there something better than just hoping the power comes back quickly?
That is exactly the question we're tackling today. Welcome, everyone, to another SolarScoop Deep Dive. I'm your host.
And I'm here with our expert, ready to explore a pretty powerful solution, especially for those of you in hurricane areas.
That's right. Today we're focusing squarely on the Tesla Powerwall 3 and how it stacks up for hurricane preparedness.
Exactly. So our mission here is to really get into the details. Why is backup power so critical in these storm zones? What exactly is this Powerwall 3? How does it keep things running when the grid fails? What are the good points and the potential catches? And what do you need to think about practically if you're considering one?
Okay, let's start with that reality check. Power loss during hurricanes. For many listening, this isn't just theory, right? It's happened.
Oh, yeah.
It's not if, it's when the power goes out.
Yeah.
And maybe more importantly, for how long it stays out.
Right. And these aren't short outages sometimes. We're talking days, maybe longer. Think about that heat, that humidity, and suddenly no air conditioning. That can quickly become a health issue.
Definitely. And then there's all the food in your fridge and freezer, hundreds of dollars potentially just gone.
Spoiled, yeah. And like we mentioned, if someone relies on medical equipment needing electricity, well, these outages are genuinely dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Plus, no lights, no way to easily charge your phone or get storm updates online, check on family. It just adds layers of stress and safety worries.
For years, the go-to solution was, the gas generator humming away outside.
Right. The old standby.
But they have their issues, don't they? You need fuel, which can be hard to get after a storm. They're noisy. The fumes.
Yeah, you need to store the fuel safely, deal with the noise, the exhaust. It's why we're seeing this real shift. People are looking for something more reliable, automatic. Home battery backup is becoming essential for resilience.
Which leads us right to the Tesla Powerwall 3. So, break it down for us. In simple terms, what are we talking about here?
Okay, think of it like a big, smart, rechargeable battery specifically for your house. That's the core idea. It's Tesla's newest home energy storage system.
Okay.
Its main function, store electricity. And it can get that electricity either from the grid, when power's on normally,
right,
or, and this is key, from your own solar panels if you have them. Then that stored energy is ready to automatically take over when the grid goes dark.
Got it. So it's like a backup power reserve sitting right there.
Yeah.
Now, Powerwall isn't totally new. What makes this Powerwall 3 version a big deal? What are the main upgrades?
Well, one of the biggest changes, and it's pretty significant, is the integrated solar inverter. It's now built into the Powerwall unit itself.
An inverter? What does that do again?
So solar panels produce DC power, but your home uses AC power. The inverter converts it. Before, you often needed a separate solar inverter and the battery. Now, Powerwall 3 combines them. It streamlines things, especially for new solar installations. It can potentially cut down on equipment costs and complexity because you don't need that extra box. We actually did a separate deep dive video just on that integrated tech. You can find it on our channel.
That sounds much more efficient. Okay, so easier for new solar setups. But what about the power it delivers during an outage? How strong is it?
This is a major upgrade. The Powerwall 3 delivers 11.5 kilowatts of continuous power.
11.5 kilowatts. How does that compare?
That's more than double the continuous power of the Powerwall 2. So what that means for you during an outage is it can run more things, bigger things, all at the same time.
With what kind of things?
Well, essentials like your fridge, lights, fans, charging outlets, definitely. But potentially also larger loads. Maybe even a smaller central AC unit or a window unit, depending on its draw. Of course, running big stuff uses the battery faster.
Right, makes sense. And how much energy does a one unit actually hold?
Each Powerwall 3 unit has a usable energy capacity of 13.5 kilowatt hours. Think of kilowatt hours. The kilowatt is the size of the fuel tank, basically how much total energy it stores.
Okay, 11.5 kilowatts of power, 13.5 kilowatts of energy. Got it. So walk me through it. Hurricane hits, boom, power goes out. What happens with the Powerwall 3?
Okay, so the system isn't just the battery. There's also a component called the backup gateway. Together, they constantly watch the power coming in from the utility. The instant, and I mean instant, that they detect an outage or even grid instability.
Yeah.
The gateway automatically disconnects your home from the grid, and the Powerwall starts feeding power to your home's circuits.
So it's a really fast switchover. You don't have to do anything.
Incredibly fast. We're talking milliseconds. You might maybe see your lights flicker for a split second. That's it.
Wow.
No running outside in a storm, no flipping breakers, no starting a noisy generator. It's designed to be seamless.
And does it power the whole house or just certain things?
That depends on your setup. During installation, you decide. You can have it back up specific essential circuits like the kitchen, some lights, maybe the router.
Okay.
Or if you have enough Powerwalls installed and the system's designed for it, it could potentially power your entire home. And it has what's called strong load start capability. The tech term is 185 LRA, locked rotor amps.
LRA meaning?
It means it has the initial kick, the surge power, needed to start up demanding appliances like air conditioners or well pumps, which often need a lot more power just to get going than they do to run.
Ah, okay. So it can handle those tough starts.
Yeah.
But like you said, running the AC all night will drain that 13.5 kilowatters faster.
Exactly. You still need to be mindful of usage during a long outage.
Okay, instant automatic backup. That sounds amazing during a hurricane, but there are other batteries out there. Why focus on Powerwall 3 specifically for hurricane zones?
Good question. Several things make it particularly suitable. First, that capacity and endurance. 13.5 kilowatt is enough for many homes to get through, say, overnight running essentials, maybe longer depending on usage. But critically, especially when power might be out for days after a major storm, it's scalable. You can connect up to 4 Powerwall 3 units together.
4?
Yeah, for a total of 54 kilowatt hours of storage. That gives you some serious backup potential for those extended outages.
Okay, scalability is huge. What else?
Resilience in harsh conditions. Think about hurricane weather, wind, driving rain, humidity, heat.
Right.
Powerwall 3 is built tough. It can be installed indoors or outdoors. It's got a high water and dust resistance rating, usually IP65 or higher.
Meaning it can handle getting wet.
Pretty much. Protected against dust, ingress, and water jets from any direction. And it operates over a wide temperature range, from -4 Fahrenheit up to 122 Fahrenheit. That's crucial for dealing with the kind of heat and humidity you get during hurricane season.
So it's built for the environment. Any other key advantages for hurricane prep?
Yes, a really big one. The solar integration we touched on earlier. This is huge for long outages.
Right, recharging?
Exactly. If you have solar panels connected, when the grid is down, your panels can still make electricity during the day. That power can run your house and recharge the Powerwall.
So you're not just draining a finite battery?
Precisely. You create this sort of self-sustaining energy loop, clean power generated right there, keeping you going. It dramatically extends how long you can maintain power. That's real energy independence when you need it most. It can be a total game changer after a bad storm.
That ability to recharge with the sun during a blackout.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems critical.
Are there smart features, too? Things that help before the storm?
Absolutely. Tesla has a feature in their app called Storm Watch.
Storm Watch? Yeah, it's clever. It monitors weather forecasts for your area. If it sees a severe storm, like a hurricane heading your way, it can automatically tell your Powerwall to charge up to 100% beforehand. So you go into the storm with a full battery, maximum backup, without you even having to think about it or remember to adjust settings.
That's really smart. Takes one less worry off your plate when you're trying to prep everything else. Okay, look, this sounds like a very capable system.
Yeah.
But let's be real, nothing's perfect. What are the potential downsides? What should people be aware of?
Okay, yeah, important considerations.
Yeah.
The first one, realistically, is the initial cost. The Powerwall 3 is a premium system.
It's not cheap, right?
No, you're looking at a significant upfront investment. For one unit installed, you're probably talking somewhere around $15,000, maybe more. It varies by location, installer, the complexity of the job.
$15,000 or more. That's a big chunk of change for sure. Are there ways to soften that blow? Any incentives?
Yes, definitely. And this is crucial. There's the federal investment tax credit in the U.S. Right now, it covers 30% of the cost of battery storage systems, including the Powerwall.
Okay, 30% back on taxes. That helps.
It makes a big difference. And beyond that, you really need to check for state or even local utility incentives. Especially in hurricane-prone states like Florida or parts of Texas, sometimes there are specific rebate programs for battery backup. Definitely worth researching what's available where you live.
Good advice. Check those local programs. Now, about the capacity 13.5 kilowatters, you said it's decent. But is it always enough for, say, a 3, 4, or 5-day outage?
That brings up capacity management. It's a really important point. 13.5 kilowatt hours is a good amount, but it's not infinite energy.
Right.
If you try to run everything like normal, especially heavy hitters like central AC or an electric dryer, constantly, you'll burn through that stored energy much faster.
So you need to be smart about it.
Exactly. During a long outage, you need to be mindful. Prioritize. What do you really need? Lights, fridge, fans, charging phones, maybe some limited AC. Extending the battery life becomes key.
And you mentioned adding more power walls increases capacity, but also cost.
Right. It's a trade-off. More capacity equals more cost up front. You need to figure out the right balance for your home's needs and your budget.
Okay. What about getting it installed? Is this a weekend DIY project?
Oh, absolutely not. No way.
I think so.
Yeah. Powerwall installation needs a certified Tesla installer, period. They handle the electrical work, ensure it meets code, integrates safely with your home system. It's complex.
And if you already have solar panels...
There might be extra technical considerations, maybe some added costs, depending on your existing solar equipment, its age, its compatibility. Also important note, Powerwall 3 doesn't currently work in the same system with the older Powerwall 2 units. You can't mix and match them on the same house.
Good to know. Okay, lots to consider there.
We need to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to wrap things up.
And we're back for the final segment of our deep dive into the Tesla Powerwall 3 and hurricane preparedness. We've covered quite a bit.
We really have. From, the stark reality of tower loss and storms to the specifics of Powerwall 3, its power, its integrated inverter.
Yeah, how it works during an outage, that seamless switchover.
Right. And the advantages for hurricane zones, the toughness, the scalability, that crucial solar recharging capability, the storm watch feature.
But also touching on the real considerations, like the upfront cost, even with incentives, and the need to actually manage your energy use during a long blackout.
Exactly. It's not a magic bullet, but it is a very powerful tool. It requires weighing those benefits against the investment and understanding your own household's critical needs when the grid fails.
It really comes down to that proactive preparation, doesn't it? With storms getting, seemingly more intense and frequent.
It does. Investing in a reliable backup system like Powerwall 3 can genuinely provide a significant level of security and, frankly, peace of mind for you and your family when things get rough.
So, if you're listening in a hurricane area and this discussion about the Powerwall 3 has you thinking about better ways to protect your home during outages, well, the team at Integrate Sun is available. They can do a consultation, talk through your specific situation, your energy needs, and help figure out what options might make sense for you.
And if you found this deep dive helpful, we'd certainly appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe. That way you won't miss future discussions on home safety, energy resilience, and related tech.
Yeah, definitely subscribe. And check the description below. We'll put some useful links related to today's topic down there. And maybe one final thought to leave everyone with. Considering everything we're seeing with extreme weather and the strain on our power grid, how are you thinking about energy resilience for your home, for your family? It's becoming a more important question all the time, isn't it?
It really is. Something everyone should probably be considering.